Hi, this is Dodger, and you're watching my show.
Three, two, one, ready, go!
So, because I'm usually super bad about this, if you are going to be at MomoCon this upcoming weekend, I'm gonna be there too. I'm gonna be there with Jesse and TB and Jenna and whoever else. I think like Mathis is going. We're gonna be doing lots of co-optional stuff, lots of panels and things. So if you're gonna be there just soaking up all of the weebsness, you should keep an eye out for us because we'll be traipsing around and I will be reveling, just like really soaking in all of the joy of walking around an anime convention with Total Biscuit. But yeah, if you see us, please say hi. We are going to be doing a signing and like 2 panels, and it's gonna be fun. You know what's not fun though, is waiting for video games to come out. A delayed game could be good, but a bad game is bad forever. Thomas Jefferson. Pretty sure it was actually Shigeru Miyamoto who said that, and I'm also pretty sure that I've completely butchered it and that's not the actual quote. Anyway, Red Dead Redemption 2 is being delayed. The game is now delayed to 2018, whatever that means. I guess that they've stopped trying to be more specific because they usually, look, Rockstar doesn't have a very good track record, okay? Like almost every game that they try to give us a release date for, it doesn't happen, so. But again, as Benjamin Franklin once said, I would much rather, the goof didn't land. The goof didn't land before, and I don't know why I attempted to bring it back. But I would much rather have a delayed good game than a bad released game. It is much harder to release a bad game and then fix it over time, and sometimes that works out and people are able to like renew interest in the game and people come back and try it out again. Sure, absolutely. But I think that it's much better to just delay it, you know? We are very sorry for any disappointment this delay causes, but we are firm believers in delivering a game only when it is ready. We're really excited to bring you more details about the game this summer. In the meantime, please enjoy the selection of new screenshots from the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. Did you get all of those? Because I really worked hard to make sure that you could soak them all in. But I guess if they went by too fast, I'll also link them in the description. Speaking of delayed games, I don't think that I'm the only person who is eagerly awaiting the Fractured But Whole. Fortunately for us, there is a specific release date now, whether or not it'll actually happen on that day, please, I would love that. Supposedly, we will have it in our loving arms by October 17th, which I'm very excited for. I think I mostly enjoyed the first one, but there were a lot of weaknesses in it. But it was a good base, right? Like it had a lot of promise. And from what I've heard from people who have had a little bit of hands-on experience from this game, it takes the things that made sense in the first game and gets rid of the stuff that didn't make sense, so that like combat isn't as repetitive. You know, it just like flows a lot better. So yeah, I'm excited for the Fractured But Whole, and not just because I get to say the Fractured But Whole more. There is a release date trailer for the game as well, so I will link that in the description so that you can truly check out all the fart jokes, because that's mostly what it is. The Sonic the Hedgehog franchise has made a decision that is really gonna just, put the icing on the cake of this game, so to speak. So are you ready for this? Sonic Forces is going to let you make your own Sonic character, your own Sonic OC, to be played in the game. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever played the Sonic the Hedgehog DeviantArt game. It is basically where you put your first name, the Hedgehog, into DeviantArt and just like see what shows up. Because the goof being, there are so many Sonic the Hedgehog original characters where people are just like, I wish I was a Sonic the Hedgehog character. There are so many that you will find it. You'll find it. So basically what I want Sonic Forces to be is just, I want all of that OC artwork to just waft away and be replaced by screenshots of people creating themselves inside of Sonic Forces. I want this to be Sonic the Sims. There are 7 different animal types to choose from, each with different abilities. You can be a wolf, rabbit, cat, dog, bear, bird, or hedgehog. Oof. I feel like I'm just gonna, if I were to play this game, literally all I would do is create characters. It would literally be The Sims. But that is cool that depending on like what type of animal you are, you have like little bonuses, like whether or not you get to keep all of your rings and stuff like that. So yes, if in your mind you've always had a Sonic OC, but you've never made it before because you're like, I'm not gonna actually draw this, then it's in For Real's life. Guess what? You're gonna get an opportunity to make it in For Real's life and maybe be proud of it a little bit. Speaking of doing things in For Real's life, today's episode of Gaming News is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store for your Sonic OC, make your next move with Squarespace. Squarespace provides award-winning 24/7 Sonic support. You can get templates that are the most beautiful way to present your very opinionated ideas on that one comic miniseries that had to do with Knuckles' family. So tragic. It's flexible for any kind of website, and it's an all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code Dodger to get 10% off your first purchase. Okay, look, I know that was all part of like the Squarespace ad goof, but for reals, Chad Quant and I really want to sit down sometime and just talk about the Knuckles miniseries in the comic books because there's so much to talk about. Anyways, Ed McMillen has teased a new project. Another one? Yes. No, it is not Ouroboros or Mugenics or any of the other games that he's ever talked about making. As far as I know, a lot of those are on like indefinite hold, like potentially forever hold. And as much as we all like to goof about him just working on Binding of Isaac, forever, it is kind of nice to see him saying, got an idea for a new thing. I think I'm gonna make a new thing. Not many of you know this, but Tyler and I have been in crunch mode for the past 3 months trying to finish a secret project. We're coming close to announcing it and its release date, so keep an eye out. I don't want to spoil the fun yet, but I can say it's hard, it's weird, it's personal, it has amazing controls, and it's a totally new, unannounced IP. Easily one of the largest games I've ever made level-wise. So yeah, there's confirmation there that it's not anything that we've ever heard of before. Which for me, being somebody who is really looking forward to just the absolute nonsense that is Mugenics, I'm a little sad, and at the same time going, you know what? You've made a couple of really good games, like really good games, and I'm sure chasing that feeling is kind of rough. Not saying like, we should pity people who have had smash hits, but like, you want all of your ideas to be smash hits. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's a point where he goes, no, this isn't it. And then it gets benched. We're like, no, that's not it. Bench it. No, that's not it. Bench it. So, as a person who has really loved Meat Boy as well as Binding of Isaac, of course, I still play that game all the time. I hope that this game actually comes out, that it actually, goes to fruition. But it seems like he's excited about it. So we're excited for you, Ed. But you want to talk about something that I am so legitimately excited for that even just like thinking about it, I'm like, yes, I can't wait for that to come out. Okay, so there have been whispers on the wind for a while now that the creator of Parappa the Rapper and the creator of Gitaroo Man, which Gitaroo Man is one of my top 5 games ever. There have been whispers and rumors that the two of them were gonna come together and make a game, and they finally announced it. It's called Project Rap Rabbit, and I'm so down. And if you've never played this game, it's one of the best games. It's one of the best games ever, and I love it. They have like a video that you can watch and a Kickstarter and everything, but one of the things that I think is pretty cool is, I guess like, a big critique that Parappa the Rapper always had was that it's not a rap game, right? It's a rhythm game. It's not a rapping game. And so I guess these two amazing people came together and were like, what if we made a game that was actually like a rap game? Now the Kickstarter is asking for $1.1 million, and I'm a little bit worried. I feel like less people know about Gitaroo Man than know about Parappa the Rapper, right? And we're getting like new Parappa the Rapper content coming out. So I'm a little concerned that they're not gonna hit their goal as much as I obviously want them to. And I know that it's also very dangerous for developers and just anybody who's trying to do a big project on Kickstarter. It's very dangerous to say, well, I'm gonna ask for way less than what I need. so that at least I get that much, you know? So I'll ask for however much I need to hit a certain goal, but not actually how much I need. Like I get that that can also be a sort of weird way to look at crowdfunding, but I want it to do well. I really want it to do well, and I don't know that everybody is going to look at this project and see a lot of value in it. And obviously this is coming from a very biased place because I love specifically Gitaru Man so much. But I'm just excited that they're trying to work on something new. Because I haven't heard had nor hair since that game came out. And as a final bit of news, something that I have received tweets, emails, messages in chat while I'm streaming, just so much response coming to me about this topic. Life is Strange 2 has been announced by Don't Nod Entertainment, and I'm very jazzed. I don't know where we can go from the end of the original Life is Strange, so I'm hoping that it's gonna be like a whole new story, but who knows? Don't Nod basically put out a video saying, man, 3 million of you guys have bought Life is Strange. That's so incredible. We're so happy that you loved our weird, like, Twin Peaks-esque video game that we wanted to make about teenage girls. Like, that's awesome. And yeah, through that they announced Life is Strange 2. I'm very excited because I did really enjoy the original Life is Strange. So I'm excited to see whether or not they'll change some things, right? Because I think with any game like this that winds up being episodic, where they say, you know, your decisions will definitely affect things and blah, 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 whether or not a sequel of the same type will have kind of the Telltale syndrome, you know, where it's just, no, we're just gonna do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Some people like that. Some people really dislike that. They want to see, you know, new creativity. They want to see them breathe new life into this type of game. It doesn't have to be totally different, but just obvious signs that they are trying to make it even better. So I'm hoping that Life is Strange 2 shows that kind of development. That would be great. Either way, I know a lot of people are very excited for Life is Strange 2. Life is Strange 1, I think, was kind of like a sleeper hit. People didn't necessarily expect it to be as good as it was or be received as well as it did. So Life is Strange 2, I'm sure, will be a whole new weird journey, and I'm down. But anywho, that's been my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in my comment section. And if you would like to watch my streams, you can find them at twitch.tv/dexbonus. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of Gaming News, and I will see you guys next time, okay? Bye-bye! Mwah!